You're listening to CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living. To learn more about who we are, what we do, and how we do it, call toll-free 1-866-928-3310, and we'll send you out a no-obligation information kit absolutely free. 866-928-3310. The CFRN Emini Futures cast is now on Stitcher. Listen to us on your iPhone, Android phones, BlackBerry, and WebOS phones. Stitcher is smart radio for your phone. Find it in your app store or at Stitcher.com. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio.
Are you ready, Steve? Andy? Yeah! Bert? Well, all right, fellas. Let's go!
You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/CFRN. Over 85,000 titles. Choose from mystery, romance, religion, science, technology, business, New York Times bestsellers, even children's books. You name it, Audible has it. With 85,000 titles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect audiobook for yourself or to give as a gift, and it's absolutely free. Just point your browser to audibletrial.com/CFRN. That's audibletrial.com/CFRN. And become a part of the audiobook revolution by downloading your free audiobook today. audibletrial.com/CFRN.
Hey, trader, want to get rich quick? Well, good luck with that. If, on the other hand, you actually want to learn how to trade, the place to be is www.cfrn.net. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern for our daily devotional, and then spend the next 3 hours learning how it's done from professional traders who actually trade for a living. That's www.cfrn.net. Every trading day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN Emini Futures cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things Emini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro, and even T-bills. Joining us today from our studios in Boston, Mr. Michael Borth. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Monday, 16th day of December, 2019. Thanks so much for joining us, whoever you are, wherever you are. We're just glad to have you right here, right now. If you can't see the screen I have up, go to our homepage at cfrn.net. On the right-hand side of the page, click the big microphone, follow the instructions. You'll be registered in about 30 seconds. That will give you one-click access to the show each and every day. On the days you're out of the office, away from your desktop, point any internet-connected browser to cfrn.net/live, and there you'll find a live, real-time simulcast of the show as it unfolds, brought to you by the good folks at YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. Okay, let's take a look. And I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you spent some quality time with the family. Saw you in church. Tip my hat as always. Let's go to the chart. We'll start with the daily chart. We have rolled forward to the new contract, the H contract. And as you can see, we are at an all-time historic high, once again, in the S&P 500 Emini Futures. Let us do what we've done every day for the last few weeks. Let's take our Fibonacci extension tool. Let's go from the beginning of this leg up. That would be the most recent significant swing low on the daily chart. Let's take it up to that all-time historic high before the retracement, and then we'll connect that to the retracement low. 31. Oh, here we go. Let me turn those back on, and let me make that default so it will remain on. Text option, level value, current value, save as default. Okay. So this is based purely on math, has nothing to do with China, tariffs, impeachments, family business in Ukraine, any of that. This is delivered to you right here, right now, by a 14th century mathematician we call Fibonacci. Leonardo da Pisa, I believe, was his actual name. Google it. Now, we knew that once we took out, or as we found support at this initial target, which was a 24% Fibonacci price extension, not a retracement. I'll show you the retracement in just a moment. We said if we can get through this area, the next obstacle on this chart would be that swing high right there. If in fact we could get through that obstacle, then the next target slash obstacle overhead would be the 38% Fibonacci price extension at 3181.65. And if we could get through that, that would take us to our next obstacle slash target at 3217.20. And on this bullish Monday, which began last night at 6 p.m. Eastern, we can see that we're, looks like, a little better than halfway there. 81.27. And we're currently trading 32.01 and a quarter. At some point, price is going to run into a target, an obstacle that it cannot get through. There will come a point in time when there will be more sellers in the order flow than buyers. Now that's when the retracement will begin. Let's say we make it, it hasn't happened yet, but if we make it up to this 50% price extension, live here on the show when that happens, we'll go from that same important swing low to that obstacle target, 50% price extension. That will give us a 24% Fibonacci price retracement at a different tool. So I got to make this default as well. There we go. All right. If we make it all the way to 3217, and there's nothing that says we have to stop there. That's just the next logical spot based on the chart. Then a 24% Fibonacci retracement would be here at 31.32. This pullback lines up with the 38% retracement, the shallowest possible retracement for us would be the BBC, which stands for Bull Bear Cross, which right now lines up pretty good with, in fact, it looks like it's right between the 24% Fibonacci retracement and the 24% Fibonacci price extension. Now, these retracement levels are based, of course, on price actually making it all the way up to that 50% extension. Okay, so that's the big picture look from a daily chart. Let me give you the numbers from around the world. Cash markets, starting here in the US first. Pull in some fresh data. See how the rest of the world is faring so far this week. Here in the US, the Dow currently up 177 points. NASDAQ up 96. That's a gain of over 1% for the NQ. S&P 500 up 28. That's almost 1%. The Russell 2000 up 20. That's a gain of 1.25%. In the commodity basket, crude oil up 6 cents, trading 60.13 last. Gold down $1.89, trading 14.79.30 last. In the Asian markets at the close, Nikkei posted a loss of 70 points, Shanghai gained 16, and the Hang Seng lost 179. And in the European markets at the close, FTSE posted a gain of 165 points. That's 2.25%. DAX gained 124, almost 1%. The CAC gained 72 on the session. That's a gain of 1.25%. That gives us a mixed day in Asia, a green day in the UK, and so far it is a big green Radio Monday here in the US of A. Let's go to Michael and get a recap of everything that happened in the live training room this morning. When I come back, we'll take a look at the Concierge Trade Alerts from last night. We'll take a look at Logic 247. We'll chat with John. Tony's going to pop in for about 10-15 minutes at the top of the hour. The video that we did, or the show that we did last Wednesday, which ran, it was a very lengthy show. We had a glitch in the audio. On our side was okay, but Tony's side somehow didn't get recorded. Luckily, Valerie was running a backup recording in the background. She captured all of the audio, so I have reloaded that, reposted it to YouTube. So if you haven't seen it, or if you've been trying to watch it and couldn't hear the video, after today's show, go to youtube.com/CFRN. There you'll find it. It'll be the most recent video uploaded. And the reason she's popping in today, over the weekend, because of the hard fork, everybody was trying to get their last minute orders processed. The servers kind of bogged down. Orders were still going through, but it was taking forever. So the company has agreed to extend that date until tomorrow the 17th. So when we talk to Tony today, maybe she has some more specific times, updates, whatnot. But I'm just glad that Mallory had that recording, the backup recording, so we were able to restore that. So anyone that missed the show on Wednesday, you can catch it today. So let me drag Michael's charts up to the big screen. And Michael, it is all yours.
Okay, ready to go. All right. Boy, what a Monday. Well, at least we didn't have any glitches with the software today. It was just with the markets. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, the 16th day of December, 2019. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to the homepage here at CFRN.net. In the right-hand column, it says 5-day free trial, apply.cfrn.net. Click on that, and you'll be brought to this page, eminitrainingschool.com. On this page, and you can go directly to this page, eminitrainingschool.com. All we ask for is your name, your email, your phone number. Hit register now. When you do that, you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on the confirmation link, okay? If you don't click the confirmation link, we don't know that you took the free trial. Okay. Results. We had a red day today. I thought I made that. I did make it red. Okay. We had a red day today. This is going to be a quick recap because we really didn't have a lot of trading opportunity. And this has probably been our slowest trading day in years. Today we lost 8 ticks on the euro and 8 ticks in gold. We stopped out. We had 1 trade in each, and both of them stopped out. Gold stopped out to the tick, and then it went and moved on and gave profit. And the euro just stopped out. So we're at minus 130 on the morning session, and we only took 2 trades. So on the month now, we're at $912. It's over 11 days. And on the year, we are at $34,747. And that's over 228 days, averaging 152 per day. Now that is 1 contract, 2 hours per day. And usually I miss a whole bunch of trades. Today I didn't. Today my gold DOM was messed up, and everybody else was having the same issue. We only had 1 trade in gold today. It was right here. Well, actually we had 2. There was 1 right here that stopped us out to the tick, and then it went on to do what it should have done. And then there was another one right here. That was a shorting opportunity. That would have been profitable and given us back what we lost right here. But my DOM was messed up, so I couldn't do anything with it. And it's not just UT Pro. It was all of Gain Capital. In the euro, we had 1 trade set up right here. That stopped me out. It was a momentum short trade, and I wasn't able to get my stop to break even when it moved 1 tick into profit right here, which is what you want to do. I wasn't able to get my stop to break even, and then it stopped me out, and it hasn't done anything since. Crude oil. All the markets were a total disappointment today. They just did not give trade setups. We had nothing that we could do here with the crude oil all day, and it didn't get any better during the break. From right here to right here, there was nothing. And the beauty of it is that we don't get trade setups. It's not giving us something false, all right? And I think it's all got to do with the ES going up here to new all-time highs. You would think we'd have a bunch of trade setups going in here, but it was always going into the high of the day. And so we didn't get anything. And right here, look at this. Would you want to trade that? No, you would not want to trade that. But right now we're up, we're at all-time highs right now, 32.02 and a quarter, all-time highs. And it's messing all the markets up. So it is what it is. When we get a pullback on the ES, if you look at the larger time frame, I like the 15-minute. When we get a pullback, we'll probably pull back to this level down here. Okay, when we get a real pullback, well, we'll probably pull back to this level, 31.83, down in here. Pulling back here to 31.97, not such a big deal. And pulling back here, it might even be this low, 31.81. A 20-point pullback. Then I think the markets will open up a little bit and give us some more opportunity. But that's what it's going to have to do. I'm not going to trade it going into new all-time highs and the high of the day. Typically, well, the cycle wasn't giving us any opportunity here anyway. But typically, if you drew a trend line like this right here would have been a momentum long trade. But going into the high of the day and new all-time highs. It would have worked out for about 5 ticks, but it's not worth risking 8. So, no deal. Hit that no deal button. All right, back to the spreadsheet. We had a red day today. It happens. We get them every now and then. Today we lost 8 ticks in the euro, and we lost 8 ticks in gold. We only had 2 trades. On the month now, we're up 912. And on the year, we are up 34,747. That's over 228 days, averaging $152 per contract. Keep in mind, that is one contract, 2 hours per day, and I typically miss a whole bunch of trades. Okay, let me slide this back over here and bring up this other one. This one. Okay, if you have not taken a free trial with us, go to the home page at CFRN.net, and in the right-hand column, it says 5-day free trial applied at CFRN.net. Click on that, and you'll be brought to this page, where all we ask for is your name, your email, your phone number, and hit register now. Once you do that, you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on the confirmation link. If you don't click the confirmation link, we don't know that you took the free trial. Okay? All right. And with that, we can pass it back out to fabulous Phoenix, Arizona, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Dwayne, if you are ready. Okay. Studio A is not ready. All right. So here on the ES, now if we back this out, I'll just talk a little more about this. If we back this out, you can see that it's in an uptrend, or that it's in an uptrend. But going into the high of the day is going to prevent me from wanting to take a trade. Not because I think the high of the day can't be moved, but because you have to have enough enough room between your entry point and the high of the day to get your stop to break even using your risk management strategy, whatever your strategy is. In mine, you could have taken a trade here, right here, because that would have been a momentum long trade, but the slingshot's not set up properly. So, I would have left that alone. Over here, there was nothing. All through here, there was nothing. Here, you could have taken a trade. It would have been a momentum long trade going into the high of the day. Just gave a few ticks in profit. But that was not something I was looking to do today. The markets were just a mess. And, you got to look at the long term. Like Dwayne always looks at the 30-minute. See, it pulled back, almost hit the BBC, and then it started just moving up since, all day today. All day today, we'll just say. And right now, this is all-time highs, and we're printing a doji right there. or spinning top.
Not to be confused with the place where you practice the ancient martial art of karate
Right.
or
Right.
kung fu. That would be a dojo.
That is a dojo.
This be a doji.
Doji. Yes.
Recap of the recap. Are we at that point? I think I missed my call.
Yeah, we're at that point.
Okay.
And today I had a red day. I was down 8 in gold, down 6 in the euro on 2 trades.
Now that's a statement in and of itself right there. The fact that the market only gave you 2 opportunities.
Right. And I didn't, there was only 1 in gold that I missed where I could have gotten it back. But my DOM was messed up. It looks like it's right now, but it was messed up during the morning session after I took that first trade.
Gotcha. Well, that's the truth about trading, folks. And that's what you'll find here each and every day. The good, the bad, the ugly. Except we don't even look at it as such. We just look at it as the truth about trading.
Good. It's just another day.
Just another day. And I shared something last night that I think really sums it all up quite well. Let's see if I can find it. I think I shared it over here. Let me take a gander. This is probably worth writing down. That's if I could figure out where I actually posted it. I may have to just tell you what I said. Alright, here's the deal. I want you to, there's something about seeing it. My chart's been acting a little, my screen's been acting a little funny.
I still have the charts.
Oh, let me do that. Well, that's like a bad light show. I just got to get that down. Something's I got a flickering on my big screen.
Oh, that's
the big
bad
screen
news.
back up. Yeah,
Give you a migraine.
yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. All right. You guys could just write it down. The minute it becomes about anything more than a probability, you're finished. Period. Let that sink in. This is a business based on probabilities. We know that we cannot predict the future with any consistent accuracy. I mean, in theory, we can predict the future, and we should be right 50% of the time. But if you've ever tried that method of trading, just kind of flipping the coin, how come it doesn't give you at least 50%? I don't know, but it doesn't. So what we do here is we use technical analysis. We have our indicators and our methodology, but no matter to what degree you master those, your ability to read a chart, your ability to read our indicators, your ability to implement the strategy, all that does is it increases the probability of you knowing what will happen next. We think somehow we don't have to get it in our head, we have to get it out of our head because it just naturally is there. Our thoughts, no matter how well we're doing, man, we know we got a definable edge. I mean, life's good. But then our mind begins to wander. We begin to think, and then we start looking for just one more indicator or oscillator or filter or something that will in fact allow us to know the future. That's when you take it beyond just a probability. So I'll just say it again. The minute you make it about anything more than a probability, and I'm talking about the trades you put on and take off, the minute you make it about anything more than a probability, you're finished. Period. You will join the 9 out of 10. Because this is a tragic statistic, but this statistic has stood the test of time. Now, when I say new traders, I'm not talking about new CFRN traders. I'm just talking about traders in general. Okay? By God's grace and a lot of hard work, our numbers are different than 9 out of 10. But speaking in generalities, if 9 out of 10 fail at anything, something has to be intrinsically wrong with what everybody is doing in whatever field of endeavor it might be. I mean, 9 out of 10, that's just unheard of. But yet this article posted back in 2005 by Futures Magazine, it's never been contested. The article did not even explain why 9 out of 10 failed, just stated it as a fact, and everyone nodded their head because everyone knew that it was pretty much true. I, being the ever curious one, I wanted to know why. Why would, because I was in the process of trying to learn how to trade Emini Futures, and so if the writing on the wall said I've got a 90% chance of failing at this venture and a 10% chance of succeeding, man, I need to know something. I need more information so that if there's anything I can do to increase my probability of being the 1 out of 10 versus the 9 out of 10, then I got to know why the 9 out of 10 are failing. And I came to the conclusion pretty quickly. The ones that fail had no teacher. They just simply had no one to teach them how to trade Emini Futures. Because it looks so simple, and because the barrier to entry is so low, I mean, gosh, you can fund, with some brokers, I think you can fund an account with as little as, was it $2,000 with some brokers? I'm not sure what Daniels is at now. Is it really?
Daniels is 2,000. But if you want to have unlimited demo, you know, they're going to bill you every month for the maintenance fee, $16.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not actually billing you. The CME is going to bill you.
Right.
$16. So to maintain a demo account there, you got to have, you know, we usually recommend putting in 2,500, and you know, then you'll have unlimited demo while you learn to trade, and then when you start trading, you know, if you want to put more in, you can, but you don't need to. And Daniels is, you know, well, the thing about Daniels trading is we have Bert, and Bert knows our system. He knows our indicators. He uses our indicators, and you know, he's the broker there. Well, he's, you know, one of the brokers there, but he's the one we recommend. Yeah, you know, we have it at a bunch of other places. Pretty much any place that clears through gain capital. If we don't have it there, we can put it there. And you know, we have it at, I don't know, probably 10 different brokers right now. But you know, Daniels Trading is where you should start out. That's my thought. And yeah, $2,000, you can open an account. $2,500, you can open an account, have an unlimited demo account, and you know, you're not really spending any money. You know, $16 a month.
And here's the thing: that low barrier to entry. I mean, what other business in the world can you start up for $2,000? I mean, $2,000, you fund an account, throw in another $20 to Vistaprint. You can even get you some business cards. They have your name on it, trader / head honcho. I mean, I just got to say, the fact that there is such a low barrier to entry for the untrained and the uninitiated, I don't even know that that's a favor, because it enables people to just kind of take a shot. You know, well, let me throw my hat in the ring and see what happens. And then when your money vaporizes or gets so low that you can't put on another trade, well, natural instinct is just wire some more money to Chicago. Now, wire some more money to Chicago. And I mean, if you're only dropping $2,000 at a clip, hopefully you won't do too much financial damage to yourself. But the psychological damage that is done during that process, those scars run deep, and it can take a while to overcome that. So my point is, if all of these people are failing because they don't have a teacher, someone to just teach them how to do this, why don't they just go get one? Well, honestly, most people try, but they get inundated with these websites and clever emails that attempt to convince them that they have a secret, they have something, an indicator, oscillator, whatever it might be, that they will impart to you for X number of dollars, and that will just put you, ahead of the pack. That'll actually make you the 1 out of 10 versus the 9 out of 10. And you know what? I'm going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and say that indicator or that oscillator, that secret, it actually works. Does what it's created to do. We all know sometimes it doesn't, but let's just give the benefit of the doubt and say it does. Okay. Well, there's still no one to teach you how to trade. You might get a PDF that says this is how you load the indicator, and when this does this and this does that and the other thing does that, well, that's when you take action, whatever action is according to that methodology or strategy. And that's just not the same as having someone teach you how to trade. So I said all that to say this: if you want a realistic shot at being the 1 out of 10 versus the 9 out of 10, go find a teacher, a real teacher, someone who will invest their time in you in exchange for your treasure. That's right. A good teacher, someone who's actually going to make a commitment to spend time with you in group settings and one-on-one settings to help you when you need help. You're going to have to pay for that. You don't have to pay us. You can pay somebody else. All I'm saying is make sure that you find someone who, in exchange for those fiat dollars, will actually hold up their end of the bargain, in that they will actually commit to spending time and teaching you. Okay? All right. I said all that to say let's go now and take a look at the recap for Logic 247 so far this week. Honestly, last night started out pretty slow, pretty quiet. But this is where we stand today as of 11:30 a.m. Eastern. We've issued a total of 12 alerts. 6 are still in waiting. We had a carryover from last week, so all we really have to go on at this point is 5 actionable alerts so far. Some of these will come through and become actionable, which means price reaches the trigger. We don't have anything stopped out as of yet. Okay. On average each week, what we experience is 20% of our alerts with logic 247 do get stopped out. If you're searching for that system, that method, that service where you don't get stopped out, if you find it, okay, I will buy it for you. Seriously. Bring me a system where you can just trade, make money, never have to get stopped out. Now, it can't be some crazy method that doesn't use stops, but because we know that doesn't work. But bring me a legitimate method that has no stop outs, just gravy train. I'll buy it for you out of my own pocket. Okay. All right. Last week we had 47 alerts issued. 41 of them became actionable. 7 got stopped out. So last week, 17% of actionable alerts were stopped out. Which brings us to this week, week 72. And we had a gap higher open on the S&P, so we immediately issued a gap fill trade that hasn't triggered yet. Same true of the NQ. So those are just waiting. At some point this week, I feel as though they will be filled and that we will close that gap, at which point these will be awarded a little thumbs up. Then we had along on the ES, when it became evident that the gap fill wasn't going to fill early on in the session, then we have to hedge the opportunity and say, okay, if the gap fill is not going to trigger and kick in tonight, price is always trying to go somewhere. It can only go sideways for so long, and then it will make a move. So we hedged the opportunity to be long 31.91 to 31.93 to the weekly trading zone above. I'll show you that in a second. Long the Russell, thumbs up means price found its target. The Dow, crude, and then here's gold. Here's a carryover on the British pound. Here's another long on the ES. We'll check that in a second. Another long on the Russell, and a long on gold. Now, this business with gold and the indices climbing together since the open last night, that's unusual. Typically, the S&P and gold are going to trade in opposite directions. So whenever I see them trading together, I realize that one of them has gotten the wrong memo and is headed in a direction that's probably going to be short-lived. Would you agree with that, Michael?
Today was, I totally agree with that. And today was just weird because the ES, crude oil, euro, and gold were all at the high of the day at the same time. And when you see that, it's just a good time to just put the mouse away and just walk away from your computer and wait till tomorrow.
There you go. I agree with that. I posted a chart last night in the Telegram channel pointing out this 4-hour candle, which was back on, was that Friday? Today's the 15th. Yeah, I guess so. Or last night was the 15th. That's bearish. A red candle with that big wick sticking up above an important area like a monthly trading zone. Bearish. In fact, it already sent price down to the monthly zone below. Resistance sent us to support, which sent us back up to resistance, and you can see we've been consolidating now. These are 4-hour candles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like we're about to come down out of that area. And I didn't post it as an official swing trade, but I did give the guys in the Telegram discussion group an opportunity that it's basically a 6-point trade. 1476. Actually, I think I two-staged it, 78 to 76. and then 76 down to 70. So we'll come across that here in a bit and take a look at it. So let's just go to the S&P. We'll go to the 30-minute chart. Oh, you know what? Let's look real quick at the monthly zones on the S&P. S&P 500. December 1st, the zone, overshot the zone. It wasn't the lowest zone. We still had a zone down here, okay? But buyers came in. They took us back up, gapped us above right there, and up to the zone where we consolidated, up to the zone, more consolidation, back down to the zone, back up to the zone, more consolidation, up to the next zone, very wide-ranging consolidation, up to the zone, back down to the zone, up, and here we sit. We got one monthly trading zone left overhead, 3220 / 3225. And I'll say this, our current weekly trading zone for the S&P is actually a little bit higher than this monthly trading zone. So it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. Okay, 30-minute S&P. Let's just go through the Concierge Trade Alerts one by one. If you want to grab a screenshot, I'm going to drag them up, and you can do that real quick. Here we go. Okay. Got them out at 6:55 p.m. Eastern last night. See if I can get them all in the field of view. Yeah, there we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, on the S&P, consider being long 3183. And that's right here. So can you see how that thing's jittering when I drag it across? Does it show up on your end? 3183.
Sorry, my mic was off. No,
No.
it doesn't show up.
It doesn't?
My-
Okay. Wow.
No.
That makes it even more of a... It's just jumping all over the place on my end. Oh, well. You know what? Let me turn my monitor off. Turn it back on. Not that I think that'll help, but I'll try anything to not watch it jump around. Okay, now let's see.
No, everything looks normal from here.
Yeah, it's still a little jittery here, but okay. All right, well, we'll get through this. 3183, swing high, 3202. So that's going to be 17, 19. Alexa, 19 times 50.
19 times 50 is 950.
So far, we have a $950 per contract move. The next weekly trading zone overhead is 20/21. Now, that was last week's highest weekly trading zone. Okay. Do we have interim targets this week? We do. And you might say that's kind of this, that's what the market's running into right now. Okay. But for all of you who had an opportunity to take advantage of that opportunity, well, that bell's for you. All right, let's go to the Dow. On the Dow. Consider being long 28,210. 28,210. Now, also, there's a lot of good discussion last night, or some. It wasn't real busy, but we did have some discussion about the dynamic behind these moves, what to watch for. In fact, I gave all of our traders a number on the NQ, and I said if the NQ can print this number, then I think we'll see a broad-based rally with all of the indices, and I think all of the indices will ultimately reach their next weekly trading zone overhead. And they're doing a good job of it so far. The Dow did it, but I was actually referring to the one even beyond that. Okay, so from 28,210 to 65, that's 55 Dow points. Alexa, 55 times 5?
55 times 5 is 275.
All right, so to the initial target, $275 per contract traded. We've traded all the way up to 350 so far. So if we said 350 minus 210, that'd be 140. So it's about $700 per contract traded, if I did the math right. Okay. Now prices started to walk sideways. In fact, this little black step line has crossed the CFMA1, that's the clinical name. I call it blue and climbing. And when that step line walks across blue and climbing on a long trade, what our traders are watching for is the first red candle that closes below the step line. That would be right here, which gives this trade an exit price based on the exit signal of 28,319. You can use this strategy, the exit signal strategy, on any extended move in any market. I much prefer getting my directions from the market itself than some talking head on TV or some joker on the internet, or you know where you get that kind of stuff, right? Why not, when the opportunity presents itself, as it does with an extended move, just let the market tell you. A couple questions. Did you already answer any of these questions, Michael?
Yes, I did. Well, Joan, I didn't answer Jones. The gap never closed on 4-hour monthly zones is what the question was.
Do we still have, let me go there real quick. Yes. Now, just to make sure there's no data glitch, I'll switch this out for a minute. And I'll go back to the 4-hour. See, it filled in. Okay, so that was just a glitch in the data, Joan. We don't have an open gap below us, other than the one created last night. Yeah, that's the only one. Okay, thanks for the question, though. I saw that. I was thinking the same thing. I'm glad you brought it up. So now we all know the answer. So we have an exit signal on the Dow. Nice move. Let's go to the Russell. Again, we're going to talk to Tony here in just a few minutes as she gets logged in. On the Russell last night, all of our traders were told to consider... She
is logged in.
Okay, great, Tony. I'm going to get to you in just a second. Consider being long at 1650. Which is right here. Okay. The trade to target, or the initial target overhead, 1654. That's 4 points at $50 a point, $200 per contract traded. We've actually put in a swing high up at 64. So from 50 to 64, that's 24 Russell points at $50 per point. So that's about $1,200 per contract traded. So this is what you're looking at, a $1,200 per contract move. Okay. All right, let's jump to the NQ. Okay, now there's that unfilled gap in the NQ from last night. And the NQ, we said to consider being long 85.67. That may be also the number that I gave the folks last night in the discussion channel. 85. 67. Yeah. Okay, so the next zone overhead is actually 8620 based on, no, that's not a last week's zone. I put that on the chart for some reason. So I'm looking, is it, oh, it is last week's zone, sorry, 8620, yeah. 8620 was last week's highest. 8620. Can you guys mute that for a second? 8620. Okay. From 8566. So let's just say, Alexa, 8610 minus 8567.
86 plus 10 is 96.
Alexa, stop. 8610 minus 8567.
8,610 minus 8,567 is 43.
All right, 43 points, $20 a point, $860 per contract traded. We haven't quite got there yet. Okay, got just two more I'm going to give you real quick. Crude. Last night on crude, we said to consider being long, 59.95. That happened right here. Okay, from 59.95 up to 60.34. That's going to be 35. I'm going to call it 40. It's $400 per contract traded. Of course, we got a number of opportunities from 59.95. We went to 60.20. Important prices, important areas, almost always tested. So we get below the trigger, another run, back below the trigger, another run, and we're still running. And gold. Last night on gold, consider being long, 1484, and the swing high was 84.5. So that's the one Concierge Trade Alert last night that just didn't go in our favor. And if I have time before the end of the broadcast, we'll take a look at soybeans and bonds. We don't have a lot of bond and soybean traders, although I've been doing those numbers every night for years. Most people are just drawn to the S&P, and more I see people being drawn to crude. It's one of Michael's favorites, and he does trade it heavily in the live training room each morning. So that may have something to do with it, and that's just perfectly fine. Okie doke. We're going to open up Tony's mic. I'm going to talk to her real quick. Thank you very much.
Got it.
Tony,
your mic is open.
Thank you, Michael.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning. Happy Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, happy Monday. At least you didn't have any glitches today. Normally on Monday mornings we have glitches. Today was just markets were bad.
Just nice and cool up here in Canada. We woke up to about -5 Celsius.
-5 Celsius.
What is
that in Fahrenheit?
That? Yeah.
It's like -16, I think, or something like that. It's cold.
Yeah, about 16 Fahrenheit, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know it's just cool.
Just cool. It's too cold for these old bones. Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah. You got to come down here.
Yes.
I actually didn't have to take Jake to school today because his grades were good enough so that he didn't have to take exams.
He didn't have to take. Is that a new thing? If you got good grades, you don't have to take an exam?
Apparently, at his school, at St. Stephen's.
I hadn't heard of that. Boy,
Macy's got straight A's, and she has to take exams, but she goes to a different school.
Gotcha.
That's her choice. Jake goes to St. Stephen's, and Macy goes to University Christian, and so Different schools,
That
different
must
rules.
stimulate some interesting dinner table talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
remember when I was in grade 11, my marks were so high, I didn't have to write any final exams in June.
see, so it's not just Jake school.
And that was a long time ago.
Little House on the Prairie.
Mid-50s. No, let me see. That would have been 1959.
It's the year of my birth.
It was way before me. Even my older sister wasn't born.
Now, Tony, since we spoke on Wednesday, thankfully, some of our listeners, viewers, brought it to my attention that for whatever reason, the audio portion of the show we did last Wednesday, your audio was missing. There was nothing I could do about it because that was the recording from my end. Valerie, however, runs a backup recording just in case something like this happens, and her recording caught both sides of the audio. So I have reloaded that, and let me just make sure it is there as it should be. youtube.com/CFRN. Carrot bars, KBC special event. Perfect. That was almost a 4-hour show. You and I were only on talking about this for about an hour or so, but anyway, for any of you that have been trying to watch that, it's now there. Just go to youtube.com/CFRN. You'll see it. Now, Tony, we talked last week about the hard fork, the cutoff date, etc. I know that over the weekend, you and we were up, I forget how late, into the wee hours of the morning, Friday night, Saturday night, maybe both, trying to get some orders processed. And the server was just so overwhelmed, we couldn't get through. We finally did. We were finally able to get, those orders processed. But because a lot of people didn't, the company has extended that date. I believe it's through tomorrow. Is that correct?
I have not heard anything official yet, but I know that the 15th was going to be the cutoff date to close the pre-sale of the KCB coins. Yes, as you say, the website was just overwhelmed. I listened to a recording called Coffee with Quena and Wendell Saturday morning, and Wendell was saying that the month of November was huge as far as total activity in the company, but in December already we have doubled what November figures were. So people that have postponed making a decision to accumulate some gold-backed assets were suddenly panicking and trying to get through to get signed up and orders in, and it just overwhelmed the servers, and it took a lot of patience.
Yeah, it did. We just kept at it. So, okay, so here's the update. Timeline of the hard fork is now available in the back office. So, folks, if you've registered for your free affiliate account, remember that's no cost, no obligation. It does give you the keys to begin your own journey of due diligence. Some of the KCB are going to be exchanged to the old KBC before moving to the CarrotNet blockchain. The question will be, because the 48-hour extension, if the exchange rate is still going to be announced today, the 16th, or if that's going to be delayed until the 18th. Now here's a hard fork timeline. 15th of December 2019, day of consideration of the KCB KBC rate. This is where the two coins become one. 16th of December, announcement of the exchange rate to the public. 21st of December, exchange for the swap from KCB to KBC is activated on CarrotBit. As well, the exchange for all deposited nodes, the KCB to KBC exchange is activated. Users can now do it on the exchange. More exciting news will be revealed during the Madrid event and published. 5th of January 2020, new total supply of KBC is defined. CarrotNet KBC is released. All migrated KCB to KBC can be freely moved and used in the markets. January to February of 2020, the CarrotNet will be implemented with all listed exchanges. Please note, meanwhile, all exchanged KCBs to KBCs can be freely used, traded, withdrawn, and deposited over an ERC20 contract. Important note, ERC20 KBC, that's the old coin, will be available to deposit for swap on CarrotBit at least 6 months from the 15th of December 2019. Every KBC holder will have time to swap the ERC20, that's Ethereum, to CarrotNet for at least 6 months. No KBC held by users will be burnt. ERC20 tokens will be available to deposit on CarrotBit at least 6 months from 15th of December to 2019. Is that the same thing over again? Though certain exchange features options will be available in the period 21st of December, and that cuts off right there. Let's see, can I make that any bigger? No, I still can't read it. Okay, but anyway, this information, guys, it's all available in the back office. And if you want keys to the back office, just use the affiliate link that I'm about to put in the chat box right now. Give me 1 second. And I'll do that. I've got to log in again. The site does log you out pretty quickly if you're not active, for all the reasons you can imagine. Fraud, etc. Okay. So anybody who needs the referral link, use this one right here. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat box. Put it in both of the chat boxes. I know one of them you can't copy and paste, so let me put it in the other one as well. And I know that some of you don't have access to the chat box because you're logged in via the live page. You got to be logged in through the website to get to the chat box. So what I'll do is I'll just drag this up on screen for a moment. Okay. Right here. Here's what you need to remember. carrotbars.com/? the letter S =, CFRN. carrotbars.com/ the letter S, lowercase, =, CFRN, all lowercase. Okay. Now, everything that I just read you, the latest update from the back office, you have access to every bit of information that I have. I don't have any, secret end. A secret end. I don't have some back channel where I get information not available to the man of the street, because I'm just a man in the street. Okay, Tony, what else you want to share today? I just thought it important for us to get that information out.
I was just going to say, when you get to the dashboard, the back office, on the dashboard, under the general tab, they can scroll down to latest news every day. If there's anything important that the company wants to communicate to the affiliates, it's always in latest news.
Okay, folks, you can see I'm logged into my dashboard.
General.
I'm on the general tab. I'm clicking latest news. Postpone of the official announcement of the KCB to KBC exchange. Read more. Based on the prolongation of the Madrid incentive, we postpone the announcement of the exchange rate as well for 2 days to the 18th of December 2019. The rate is already fixed today, but due to the fairness for all owners, we take this decision. So, okay, it's official. It's been moved out 2 days. What does that mean to people? People who are just, maybe today they're really just, okay, I'm really going to take a look today. I'm gonna get that affiliate link. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna get the keys. I'm gonna shake it down. I'm gonna shake the tree, see what falls out. What is this extra 2 days? How does it benefit anybody?
It could be, I'm not, as I said, I'm just an affiliate in the field. It could be that because the website was so overloaded on the weekend, they're giving people who were stopped, could not get through. I mean, look how many hours you and I worked before we succeeded in actually going through and placing the order. It may just be that those that could not do it on the weekend because of the huge amount of transactions going through are being given a little bit of stretch room in order to try. But I'm not sure. Tonight, our team leader always holds every Monday night a team huddle, and she is part of the advisory council that meets with the principals of the company on a regular basis. So Nitsa will give us the absolute update to the last minute tonight. So I'm really looking forward to listening to this. She often has charts for us and everything. And that's a really, really good resource that our team uses. And that is for people already in the business. So I will text you, Dwayne, where you and Anne-Marie can listen in and watch tonight. Okay. But it is only for affiliates, so I don't think it would be appropriate to post on the radio show.
No, I agree with you, but anyone who has already become an affiliate, or should you choose to become an affiliate today, again, there's no cost and there's no obligation. It's just so you can take a free look. If you choose to become an affiliate today, we will make sure you get a link to be at that live presentation tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Nitsa is such a bouncy person. She's so excited. If any of you watched that gold standard webinar that we posted last week, she right up front comes up, like, we encourage people to check out the hidden secrets of money. And she comes out and she states that in 2008, because she did not understand this about money, she lost 95% of her wealth.
Mm.
So she had to rebuild. And but she had been with a company that was paying her. She was earning really good money. And then 2000, she had invested, in real estate and stock market and stuff. But she got sideswiped really bad. And she really is totally honest about the importance to everyone to educate themselves about the hidden secrets of money, information that the big banks and our government really doesn't want us to know. It's so easy, once you get in, it's so easy to start accumulating assets that are gold backed. And for those that, I saw an article somewhere, I'm going to have to try to find it for you, Dwayne, about Trump talking about the bail-in law.
About the bail-in law?
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Okay, after 2008, 2009, the IMF had to bail out a lot of banks because of the junk bond or whatever triggered that.
Too big to fail.
That's right. And the IMF informed the G20 countries mainly that they would not be doing any more bank bailouts. And therefore, many countries, including yours and mine, have put a law on the books that rather than failing, the banks will now have the right to help themselves to assets in accounts of holders if necessary. So basically, when you put your money in a bank account, GICs, whatever, you could lose a good portion of your assets should the bank you're dealing with be heading for bankruptcy, because you have become an unsecured debtor to the bank and you are partly responsible for the debts of the bank. So anyways, this is why a lot of us are accumulating gold-backed assets. And the good news is, I believe in the new year, the entire financial ecosystem will be on the blockchain. So the affiliates will be able to open accounts in our banks. So hopefully we'll be able to move all our banking onto the gold standard bank.
Okay.
Where we will be out of reach of the bail-in laws. And I'm really looking forward to this. Also, the company has set up gold vaults for those that have a lot of fiat assets and would like to, over the next few years, park them in a safe haven. The gold vault will reward them, or the company will be adding bonuses of anywhere from 4% to 15%. The more you have in the gold vault, the higher the bonuses will be added to your accounts at the end of each year. So for those of us in the know that realize that the stock market, never before in the world has the debt levels been so extremely high that many countries are also going to probably end up bankrupt, and it's going to be very difficult. And gold will be our transactable gold, those little 1/10 of a gram in our notes, or 1 gram to 6 grams in our cards. Those will be wonderful emergency currency for us during difficult times when the banks are in an uproar. So we just, as our CEO, Harold Seitz, says, he wants to get gold, the best quality gold into the hands of the honest working people in order that they can protect their assets and the future legacy for their families. And that's been his goal for years, and since he started Carrot Bars International in 2011.
I have a list of links that I posted some of them here in the chat box, but Joan had a great idea. What I'll do as soon as the show ends today, I'm going to take all of these links. I'm going to go to the YouTube video from Wednesday, and I'm going to post all these links under the video that has the audio. So if you're out there watching this and you didn't have a pen, you couldn't jot any of it down, not to worry. A half hour after today's show ends, you'll have access to all of these links. One of them I want to share real quickly is from the Israeli National News, and it says, Cash Gold, the headline, Carrot Bars, the vision behind the creation of Cash Gold. Subheadline, Cash Gold notes are a stable form of currency which each contain a small amount of 24-karat gold. Cash Gold is a major part of the vision held by Carrot Bar's founder. It looks like regular currency, however. Cash Gold notes are different in that they contain a small amount of 24-karat gold. This is a similar premise to that behind Carrot Bars, which are small bars of gold embedded in cards, much like a credit or debit card. Cash Gold is part of the overall vision of Carrot Bars International to create a currency as a means of payment that is more stable than others because they are backed by gold. You know, once upon a time in America, our country, our currency was backed by gold. That hasn't been the case for quite a long time.
Not since 1971.
Now, why is Cash Gold a good idea? Well, the founder of Carrot Bars has stated that the idea of traditional investing in stocks is outdated. He believes that the safest form of investment is gold. This is why his aim is to create a currency and payment system that can be used globally and is linked or backed by real gold. Cash Gold is part of this vision. As its name tells you, Cash Gold is cash and gold combined. It provides people with the opportunity to own a small amount of gold that can be used to carry out transactions. Cash Gold is not only the innovation of Harold Seas and Carrot Bars International, they've also created the Carrot Gold coin cryptocurrency, KCB. In appearance, Cash Gold is similar to normal cash. The difference is that Cash Gold contains a small amount of 24-karat gold. The tiny bars of gold are available in different weights, 0.2, 0.4, and 0.6 grams. This is similar to Carrot Bars, which also have small amounts of gold embedded in them. Both of these products allow people to own small amounts of gold that are easy to store. Cash Gold is a secure asset. Carrot Bars International has made sure that its innovative Cash Gold product is as secure as possible. The company has done this by adding 14 different security features to the note. Owners of Cash Gold also have the ability to check that the gold contained in their notes is authentic. Spending Cash Gold. While it's not possible to simply walk into a store and spend Cash Gold like any other note, it is possible to buy items and services with this financial product. However, you will need to find the right place to do this. The places where you can spend Cash Gold are called K Exchange Centers. Any business across the world can set up a K Exchange Center. This can be done by providing either a physical or online place for cash gold to be exchanged for products or services. The traditional ATM machine cannot be used to obtain cash gold. However, Karatbars International has produced special CEMs that can be used by people who want to obtain cash gold. Anyone who wants to use one of these CEMs, cash gold exchange machine, that's what CM stands for, has to produce a QR code using their account. Then they need to take the code to a local CEM, this would be a cash gold instant teller, and scan it. Doing this enables an individual to exchange KBC for cash gold. At the moment, they can obtain up to 1 gram of cash gold per day. Cash gold is a relatively new product, and these machines are still being rolled out globally. However, it's a positive step on the way to achieving the overall vision of Karatbar's founder, Harold Seas, to create a worldwide currency and payment system linked to real gold. Now, that's just one article from one of the links. I have some other links and some videos that I'm going to post for you. There's been... Oh, go ahead.
May I just mention that people that own other cryptocurrencies outside of Karatbars can also exchange their cryptocurrencies for cash gold.
Okay, so if you find a CEM, then you can put in, you can buy it with Bitcoin.
You can, yes, if you have a QR code, you can exchange Bitcoin for 100, for 1 gram of gold.
Okay, and I just learned the other day how simple it is to create a QR code, not necessarily for this purpose, but I had some new business cards printed up, and on the back of my business card, it says, join us for our live show every Monday through Friday at 12 noon Eastern. If someone scans, you're just using the barcode reader on their cell phone, iPhones, Androids, they all have them. If you scan the back of my card at 12 noon Eastern, your phone magically lights up with the live broadcast. And to me, that's just cool and clever. To have a business card that actually does something, that causes an event to happen, and you can create the QR code for free using a free app from the App Store. I got mine from the iPhone App Store. If you're on Android, you can certainly get yours there. It allows you to not only read barcodes or QR codes, but to actually create them. You can only tell a QR code in regards to printing your own business cards. You can only tell it to do one thing. There's nothing to stop you from putting multiple QR codes on the back of your business card. Ours, as I said, just opens the show up live every day at 12 noon. Now, another thing you can do is if someone scans the back of your card, it can automatically take your contact information from the business card and add it to their contact list. So
nice.
If they lose your business card, guess what? They still have your contact information. And I think that's pretty cool. And there's about 10 different things that you can tell that QR code. You just program it in. It's very simple. It just takes a minute to create it. And it doesn't cost you any extra because you'll remember I was talking about adding an NFC chip, near field communication, to my business cards, which is a clever thing as well, but it runs you about $1 a card to add that feature. Adding this QR code to my business card costs nothing because it's just ink. I had to pay for two-sided cards, of course, but that was a very small price upgrade. And Vistaprint which is where I got my cards. They're still holding their holiday specials. Black Friday prices are still good. I got 500 cards printed in color on both sides, and I think my out the door price was $25. It might have crept up to 30 by the time I was done, but I don't think it did. I mean, it's really affordable. And the cards, you can choose how fancy you want your cards, if you want thicker stock, if you want metal. I mean, you can go all kinds of directions. I got the basic card. Yeah, it'll get the job done. What I do know is that anyone who is a bit of a geek or enjoys technology, when you tell them that by scanning your business card, it's going to make their phone perform some kind of action, how can they resist? Now, for me, I'm just having this show open every day, but imagine if you were, I'll just pull something out of the air, you're a pastor. And each week, or when you hand out a business card, you tell someone, oh, by the way, every Sunday at 10 a.m., if you'd like to watch our sermon live from the comfort of wherever you are, just scan the back of my business card. And just as our live show opens, bing, the live sermon, if it's being recorded, will open. Or you might say, every Monday morning, you can scan the back of my business card, and you'll be able to watch and hear my Sunday sermon. Because what you're doing is you're creating a permanent QR code that takes a person to one page on your website. So all you have to do is update the content on that particular web page. So even though it's the same QR code forever, there's fresh content every week. There's just so many different directions and ways to go with this. I'm still kind of fleshing them all out, but again, I'm a geek. I love technology, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Dwayne, can I go back to the K Merchant Centers?
Absolutely. What do you want me to do?
Well, I just wanted to mention that K Merchants can accept, with a point of sale from Carrot Bars, they can accept, I think, over 20 different cryptocurrencies for payment in their businesses, online or a retail outlet. And the merchant, instead of paying fees to Carrot Bars for doing this, actually earn a fee. And Carrot Bars takes all the risk of any high volatile or high risk purchases.
Now, if I wanted to do that, Tony, if I wanted to implement that into my current business, or let's say I had a wholesale grocer down the street that I was running a wholesale grocery business, what would be my steps to bringing that into my business? Do I pay money? Do I got to buy a machine? How does that work?
You would be set up for free. You do have to supply your business license, your proof of a tax ID that you do report to your government, etc. There are steps you have to do, but it's absolutely free for the first 6 months.
Wow.
While you're beta testing it. After 6 months, you will be charged only 200 euros a year.
A year?
Could be dollars a year. That's all. One flat fee.
Wow.
Nothing bleeding out of your business every month to Carrot Bars, as it happens with other payment systems.
That's a very attractive price point.
I think it also will save your customers. Like a lot of people use PayPal to pay their partners fees, etc. with CFRN. So instead of making money for PayPal, this way you're saving your clients money, or they're saving money, and you as a merchant would be making a small amount of money on each transaction. So
Remember, folks, you heard it here first on CFRN. Same place you heard about Bitcoin first, most likely.
also, Dwayne, if you look at your referral links on your dashboard, the very bottom one is the referral link for business owners who would like to sign up as a K merchant.
Let me scroll down. I'm on, I was on the latest news, so I need to go back to...
Go to the dashboard.
Go to General, go to Dashboard.
Referral links.
Go to Referral Links.
And the bottom one, I believe, is the one that any business owners that would like to explore this would need to go to that link to sign up as an affiliate, and they would...
There it is.
Okay, merchant, register. And then we would work with them to help them go through all the steps necessary.
Now, Tony, I've had a couple of requests for the email or the phone number that you were able to give out last week. Can we get that out again for the folks? In fact, there's someone in your neighborhood, Richard. He's gone now, but he asked a question earlier. Hang on. It said, does Tony live in and around Lumbee, BC? If so, I live in West Kelowna, which are close to each other. If that's the case, would love to get her phone number and email if possible for contact information. Thanks.
Okay, yes, Lumbee is the next village, a small town to the east of where I am. Yeah, my email is kbmaranto at gmail.com.
Right. Give me that again, please.
KB MARANTO at gmail.com.
Okay. Got it. All right, guys.
Anyone,
this is how you reach her. You reach out. She'll get back to you.
Yes, exactly. If they send me their phone number, I will contact them.
And if you have an interest in the merchant stuff that we just talked about, there's that link. It's very lengthy, but all of these links, all of these videos that are shared today, as soon as the show ends, I'm going to go out to YouTube and the corrected video that I just uploaded. I'm going to put all these links underneath there. So below the video where it says more, click the more, it'll drop down and you'll have all of these links that Tony has shared with me over the weekend. Remember, folks, this is speculative, okay? It's something that many of us have done our due diligence. We still understand it's speculative, but we also think that the opportunity outweighs the speculation. Now, I still don't recommend that anyone do anything other than do your own due diligence.
Educate yourself.
That's right. Get the referral link. Go to the back office. Read. Ask questions. Read. Ask questions. Read some more.
Can we go to the back office again?
Yeah, sure.
Dwayne, please.
Let's do
under General.
Okay. Under General.
You see downloads. Can you click on that, please?
Okay. There we go.
Look at the different languages.
Oh, okay.
That they have. No, I wanted to show the different languages that the documents
German,
can be downloaded
in. Czech, French, Hungarian, Italian, Spanish, Croatian, Polski, Chinese, Russian, Turkish.
You see, so our information, because we are in the 145, 146 countries, they have tried to make as much available in different languages.
Oh, the Madrid event tickets are available to purchase until tomorrow in the back office. Any idea how much those tickets are?
I have no idea, I'm sorry.
I mean, would it be
I
under
went to
product purchase, you think? Let's see. Oh, maybe we'd track it down under news. Back one more page.
I think there are several €100 each,
Okay.
but I know they do feed us quite nicely.
Do they? All right. Well, that's always
And
good.
in the evening, there's always a headliner entertainer as well.
Well, sounds like a good time.
After the business part of the day, then in the evenings, there's entertainment. Because it's in Madrid, they have announced there will be some well-known sports figures that will be on stage. And the Real Madrid club have a gift card. So I expect there might be some well-recognized professional football players that might be on stage in Madrid because that's their home turf.
Okay. Well, Tony, thank you so much for popping on today and bringing us up to speed. There could be more news coming out today, further developments. If there's anything newsworthy or anything that you want to share tomorrow, Tony, just let me know, and we'll have you right back on at 1 o'clock Eastern again tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
That'd be wonderful. As I said, I consider myself a financial educator. I am not an advisor. I am not a financial planner. I just steer people to key pieces of information so they can inform themselves, learn for themselves to make more wiser, perhaps informed choices for their future and their family's future. What I love about Carrot Bars, we do not sell anything. We help show people how to exchange their devaluating fiat currency for gold-backed assets.
Well said.
That's what we've been doing. And now that the sale of the cryptos is coming to an end, our main focus is going to be everything on the blockchain. Our new super cell phone, I call it, smartphone with voice over blockchain technology, first in the market with this technology. And some of the phones are already being mailed out, or delivered by FedEx. And then in the spring, the WIM laptop, again, voice over blockchain, which makes it unhackable. And the speed of transferring information and or money through blockchain is so much faster and swifter than the SWIFT system. So this is going to be a big feature. So I think the company, the engineers, the crypto data team of about 12 engineers, communications engineers, etc., they are working on more products that utilize the blockchain technology to protect the privacy of everybody.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tony.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, and I have a feeling we and I'll probably chat this afternoon sometime.
Perhaps this evening we can do another Skype call.
Absolutely. I'd like that very much.
After
the meeting.
Yes, after the huddle call.
Okay.
And I'll send you a link so you can listen to the huddle call, so you have a better information about exactly what's new, what was announced in Brazil this weekend. And it's an exciting time we're in.
It is. It is. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for everything you've
Okay.
shared with us, for the opportunity you put in front of us. Now, folks, let's do the right thing and show our appreciation by going and doing the due diligence required to make a well-informed and intelligent decision. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Talk to you soon.
Right. Bye-bye.
Okie doke. All right, guys, on the Concierge Trade Alerts, I've already walked you through them. On the S&P so far, we've had an $850 per contract move. Every one of our traders was given this information last evening to consider being long the S&P 3183. All of our traders were given the information to consider being long 28210. That's led to $500 per contract in movement. Now, just to clarify, if you're one of our traders and you've earned the right to trade 10 contracts, then that's not just a $500 per contract move, but it is a $5,000 move. You should never trade more contracts than you've earned the right to trade. You should never even trade live money, real money, until you've proven yourself consistently profitable. And that's what we're all about. We're about showing you how to go about that process. How to be cautious, how to be careful. We believe in aggressive risk management. We're just this side of boring, okay? But in the world of trading, boring is good. Russell, $1,200 per contract move. Every one of our traders received a message last night. Hey, consider being long the Russell, 1650. We set up at 1664. Crude, everybody was told to consider being long, 59.95, and we made it up to 60.35. That's a $400 per contract move in crude. The only move that kind of didn't pan out exactly as we had thought would be this gold move. So I can live with that. All right. If you have any questions about anything you've seen here today, you want more information, you can always call Valerie at 949-42-EMINI. You can email us support@cfrn.net. You can visit eminitrainingschool.com. That's where you can actually take a trial. Now, it's one trial every 6 months, 2 trials per lifetime. If you haven't taken advantage of that, go to eminitrainingschool.com. And tomorrow, when I come on here and I say, okay, this is what I gave my traders last night, even though you're on a trial, I'll be talking about you. And you're going to have to ask yourself, he's right. He did. And then the question you have to ask yourself is, what did I do with that opportunity he gave me? Well, hopefully the answer is, I traded it in SEM. Because he said, I have to first become consistently profitable in SEM before I even think about putting hard-earned real money into the markets. Because otherwise you're just gambling, you're just throwing it at the wall hoping something will stick. That's not the way to approach this. Okay? Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. We're going to also, when I put all those links under the video on YouTube, I will include the links to we have a couple of Telegram channels devoted to the Carrot Bars project. You'll be able to go there, talk with others who are, kicking the tires. And when you have a group of people like that, great minds often think alike. Someone else may think of a question you didn't think of. Maybe you've been looking for the answer to a specific question. Perhaps someone else in the group has already found it. It's just a great place to share ideas and to get to know one another. I'm amazed every day as I sit and watch, because I can see all the channels. I see what's going on. I can't see anything that goes on in a private discussion you have with someone, no. But I see relationships being built. Real relationships. Relationships as real as the guy that lives across the street from you. Except the guy here on the telegram, your CFRN fellow passport holder, he'll probably never borrow your leaf blower and then forget to return it. That's a good thing. All right, let's go to our good word for the day. And then we'll head for the exits. And we'll see what opportunities these markets have for us this afternoon. Let me close some of these mini windows I have open. Mosey on over to my notes. We talked on Friday about setting goals, the importance of having goals. That was part 1. Here's part 2, Jeremiah 1:15. Before you were born, I set you apart. In the NIV, it reads, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Now, I believe that is as true for you today as it was for Jeremiah on that day. Ask God to tell you who you are. You ever looked in the mirror and just wondered, who am I? I mean, on good days you have a pretty good idea. Rough days you have no clue. And on those days where you just go, what kind of response do you get from the man in the mirror? Ask God. Bookshop shelves are lined with volumes telling us that we can be anything we make our minds up to be. And while there's some truth to that, it's not the whole truth. A dog may believe it can fly, but if it tries, it will go splat. A fish may believe it can bark, but it's probably not going to happen. The same is true for us. Bottom line, we may pray, believe, claim, confess, and try all we want, but we won't succeed unless it's in line with what God called and equipped us to be. He told Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Alas, sovereign Lord, I said, I do not know how to speak. I am too young. But the Lord said to me, do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send to you and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you, and I will rescue you. Then the Lord reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, I have put my words in your mouth. It's Jeremiah 1:5 through 9. When God equips you with one talent, he doesn't turn around and give you a 5-talent assignment, and vice versa. Matthew 25:14 through 15. And here's the great thing. The 1-talent person and the 5-talent person will one day stand before him and hear the same commendation. Well done, good and faithful servant. Matthew 25:21. Are you the 1-talent servant or the 5-talent servant? Just do what he instructs you to do. Do what he equips you to do. Don't busy yourself looking over the other end of the pew and this brother, man, he's got it going on, and I want to be who he is. I want to do what he does. Well, that's just going to break your heart if that's not who God created you to be and what God created you to do. And I assure you it's not, because you're not that fella. He's that fellow. Sometimes we just have to focus our attention not on others, but on God and his message to us, his blueprint for our life. You know, I often have those who come to me for counsel in various areas of life. Sometimes it has to do with employment. Sometimes it has to do with ministry. Sometimes it has to do with just life. But the question often starts out, I'm thinking about becoming whatever, a fireman, a coffee shop owner, a pastor, an astronaut. The list is lengthy. What do you think? Now, here's what I think. If you're asking, should I pursue this, or should I get involved in this, or do you think I feel like there's a call on my life to go into ministry? Do you think I should do that? Friend, it doesn't matter what I think. I appreciate that you come to me for counsel, that you see something in me that makes you think I could give you a sound word of advice. By the grace of God, sometimes I do, and I think this is that sound word of advice. Whatever it is that you're looking into, trying to see yourself in that position or situation or circumstance, it's not so much what you can get into, because you can get into practically anything. Ask a different question of yourself. This is a question that you answer, not God. Rather than, what can I get into? What can I do? What can I pursue as my career path? How about ask yourself this question: what can't I stay out of? When people ask, do you think I belong in the ministry? Now, I'm very, very careful with how I answer that question. But it goes a little something like this. Well, let me ask you a question. Could you stay out of the ministry? Now, if the answer is, well, yeah, of course. I'm in college, and my math grades are really good. I could be a physicist, or I could teach high school math. See? You see where I'm going here? When somebody wants to know, if they should be a ministry. And I'm just using this as one example. I asked them, would it be possible for you to stay out of ministry? And if the answer is yes, then I don't believe that's the call. Now, I'll give you an example. I'll make it short. The night that my wife and I met Pastor Chris, that fateful Wednesday night, Pastor Chris and Agnes, they're our partners in the orphanage in Africa. They're native Africans born and raised in Uganda. Now, whenever I have a clever idea, I'm the first guy to run to seek out wise counsel. Tell me what I should do. That night when my wife and I made that decision, we didn't ask anybody what they thought. It didn't even cross our mind. Even when people started talking behind our back and talking about how they kind of felt sorry for us because, we're nice kids. I call us kids. We were approaching 40 at that point. Well, guys, have you heard what Dwayne Emery got themselves caught up in now? Yeah, there's some people trying to take advantage of them. Oh, they're just going to drain them dry. That's the kind of counsel I could have got from my wise counsel. That's what I got from some of my wise counsel. Hold for me 1 second, and then we're going to wrap this thing up for the day.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading Emini Futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.